Yo, what up, y'all? This is your boy Kofi back out with another part two video. Sorry, I had to abruptly end it. I had to take care of some stuff, some personal stuff, but I'm back again. I think the last video we just stopped at was the Chicago Bears and the New Orleans Saints. Of course, I had the Chicago Bears winning that game against New Orleans. I have them covering the 4.5 points. And so we're going to go to our next game. So far, we have Miami at Cleveland. This is going to be at Huntington Bank Field at Cleveland, Ohio. Cleveland is favored by 2.5 points. These are two teams that are, kind of rebuilding. Well, I'll say the Cleveland Browns are kind of rebuilding. I don't think the Miami Dolphins are trying to rebuild, but these are two struggling teams so far. But it seems like the Browns are trying to rebuild, with their rookie quarterback and Dylan Gabriel. I know they just traded Joe Flacco. And they're coming off of a loss against the Steelers. And so they're trying to look to bounce back, against this Miami Dolphins team. This is going to be at home. And the Miami Dolphins, they're coming off of a loss against the Los Angeles Chargers. I think so. Yeah, against the Chargers. Close. It was a pretty high-scoring game. They lost 29-27. So these are two teams that are struggling right now. But Miami, this is going to be at home. I guess they're favored because this is at home. But in this game, I'm going to give this edge to Miami. I think overall they're just a better team. I think Miami's just going to bounce back from this. Cleveland does have a good front seven, but I just don't trust their offense, man. I really don't. I really don't trust their offense at all. I know probably if they're starting Shedeur Sanders, I probably might give him a chance. But, the head coach, he's too freaking hard-headed. And I know, dude, we better not lose to the freaking Aints, bro. We haven't even beaten them since 2018, to be honest. Optimus, we haven't beaten them since 2018. No, since 2008, 2008. So it's due for us to win, bro. But either way, man, I got Miami winning this game. I think they're going to cover the 2.5. I have them winning by at least 4 points, 4 or 5 points, because I don't, Cleveland, they're a young team and they got a long way to go. Next game, we got the New England Patriots versus Tennessee Titans. This is going to be in Nashville, Tennessee. New England is favored by 6.5 points. You definitely see the New England Patriots. They're definitely trending in the right direction, with Mike Vrabel. Drake May has been having a solid campaign so far this season. I believe he has over, let me see, Drake May's stats so far. Drake May stats. I know it's pretty good, though. 10 touchdowns, over 1,500 yards of passing. Yeah, so he's having a pretty good season, man. He's putting together a pretty solid season so far. His completion percentage so far is, 73.2. Wow. And his passer rating is 112.5, which is really pretty good. They played some good competition. They beat the Bills. They played the Steelers, some, pretty decent teams so far this schedule. And I think this is definitely going to continue. I think this trend is definitely going to continue. I think I'm going to give the edge to New England this game. I think, like I said, Tennessee, they're a young team. They just fired their head coach, Brian Callahan. And yeah, it looks like they're going to a rebuild, with their young quarterback. Cam Ward, he's all right. He could sling the ball. He's got a lot of talent in that arm, but New England, I think they're just a better coach team. They got a better quarterback. Good defense. I think I'm going to give the edge to New England because, everything's going well for them. And Tennessee, of course, like I said, they just fired their head coach. And so I think they're going to this rebuild. So I'm going to have them covering. I'm going to have them winning by at least 10 points. Next game, we got Kansas City versus Las Vegas. Kansas City is favored by 12.5 points. This is going to be at Arrowhead. This is really no. Even though it is a divisional game, I think Kansas City is going to win by exactly 12.5 points. by 10 plus points because uh, Geno Smith Geno Smith has been terrible this season. And it seems like Kansas City's back in their group. Kansas City's back to being Kansas City. I still think they need to work on the run game. And I still do think they need some wide receivers. They really don't have great wide receivers in their wide receiver room. I think they're trying to trade for somebody. But, yeah, Kansas City, at first they had like a slow start this first couple games. But now you're starting to see they're starting to gel. The offensive line is starting to gel. Some of the pass catchers are starting to gel. And, Patrick Mahomes is doing Patrick Mahomes stuff. So, yeah, man, give me Kansas City to win this game. Next game, we got Philadelphia at Minnesota. Philly's favored by 1.5 points. I think this game can go either way. Philadelphia, they've kind of been, been regressing a tad bit. What's up, Ron? Bear down, bro. Philadelphia, I think their last game they lost to they lost to I think the Giants last week. And so they're kind of reeling a little bit. They're 4-2 right now. And so they're looking to bounce back. And the Minnesota Vikings are coming off of a bye week. And this is going to be a U.S. Bank Stadium too. So this is going to be a tough matchup for Philadelphia, I would say I'm probably going to give the edge to Minnesota. I'm probably going to give the edge to Minnesota. I don't know what it is, but I think the fact that it's going to be at home and the fact that they're starting Carson Wentz and Minnesota, they just got a good defense, man. I think they're going to be give Philadelphia some fits. And but then again, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if Philadelphia wins. It can go either way. It's just I think with this slump that Philadelphia is going through, I think it's a really bad slump, and I think they just really need to get out of it. It's probably that Super Bowl slump that they went through, and it's real, man. And I think, and like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if Minnesota wins. This could be a trap game for Philadelphia. Like this type of game is a trap game for Philadelphia, and so. Yeah, I can see Minnesota winning this game. I have them covering the 1.5, but yeah. Next game, we got the New York Jets versus Carolina Panthers. Carolina's favored by 1.5. I think Carolina's going to win by more than 1.5. I think the way they've been playing so far, Bryce Young has been playing very solid this season. And you see the New York Jets, they've just been regressing. They've been playing so terribly. I mean, just terrible, man. I don't think the New York Jets have a chance so far this season. If they start Justin Fields again, if they don't bench him, yeah, like it's going to be very, very bad for them. I mean, if they start him. And the crazy part about it is that PFF had a higher grading for Justin Fields than Caleb Williams, which is total BS. A crock of shit right there, bro. But yeah, I'm gonna have Carolina win this game. The Jets, man, like that team is just reeling right now. Like I said, if they start Justin Fields, they're already gonna lose. I already chalked this up to being a loss. Now, like looking at it hindsight from 2020, I'm glad Ryan Poles got rid of Justin Fields because I was disappointed. Now I'm seeing why. I'm starting to see why he got rid of Justin Fields. Justin Fields, he still struggles through going through his reads, going through his progressions. He doesn't get the ball out on time, and he just takes too many untimely sacks. He doesn't have any pocket awareness, and you definitely saw it last week against the Denver Broncos, man. And the Carolina Panthers, defensive line, bro. They're nothing to scoff at. They're pretty solid, bro. So I wouldn't be surprised if they, tee off on Justin Fields and this be another blowout for the New York Jets. So give me the Carolina Panthers to win this game. Next game, we got the Denver Broncos versus the New York Giants. Denver is favored by 7.5 points. This is a 105 game. This is going to be in Mile High Stadium. The New York Giants. Uh, all right. So far the New York Giants. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So far the New York Giants. So far 2-4. They're coming off of a big win against the Philadelphia Eagles, and the Denver Broncos. Uh, yeah, the Denver Broncos are coming off of a win last week against the New York Jets. I don't know why they struggle against the New York Jets so far. I mean, that New York Jets team is terrible, but the Denver Broncos are kind of looking to bounce back to have a better game so far this season. Um, I mean, that was a defensive, slugfest that they had against the New York Giants. But I think they're going to have a little bit of a better game against the Giants. I'm looking for them to, have a bounce back game, a little bit of a bounce back game, and be a higher scoring game as opposed to last week. I guess the fact that, they were in London and, jet lag can play a factor, in their play. And so I think jet lag played a big factor in that play and on how they played against the New York Jets. But I expect them to have a better, scoring matchup against this New York Giants team. I think the New York Giants, they're starting, to be competitive. The Giants, with Jackson Dart have been playing very, very well so far this season. They're coming off of a big win against the Philadelphia Eagles, the defending champion. So this is still going to be a tough matchup. But I still think I don't have Denver covering the 7.5. I think this is going to be a little bit of a close game. But then again, I could see it, Denver, boat racing the New York Giants. But I think this is going to be a close game. I think this is going to be a close game at first, but I think Denver's probably going to win by 7 points, like a 26-19 type of game. I think they're going to make it very, very competitive, up until toward the end. And I think Denver is going to pull away. I just think Denver is a better team. They're a little bit more established than the New York Giants. And I think the New York Giants, I think they're still trying to get a little bit more of their footing, so far, as a team. I mean, they just benched Russell Wilson. And like I said, Jackson Dart, he's a young quarterback. He's a rookie. And so he's going to have his rookie moment, especially against this Denver defense, man. They got a very good front seven. I think they're leading the league in sacks. And so I think the Denver Broncos, I think they're going to, get to, Jackson Dart a little bit. And I think they're going to pull away toward the end. So I'm going to have him, I'm not going to have him covering the 7.5. I'm going to have him win by 7 because I think this is going to be a close game up until the end. Next game, we got the Indianapolis Colts versus Los Angeles Chargers. The Chargers are favored by 1.5 points. Indianapolis Colts, what can I say about this team, bro? They've been playing really well so far. I don't want to get my hopes up so far. I know Daniel Jones has been playing really well. Shane Steichen, I don't know what he has done to Daniel Jones. I don't know if the fact that the New York Giants, they couldn't really unlock him or really couldn't get really something out of him outside of that 2022 season. But you're starting to see Daniel Jones be that top pick he was back in 2019, and especially, they have a really strong run game. Jonathan Taylor has been playing at an MVP level as well. He's having like a Saquon Barkley type of year. The guy already has 7 touchdowns so far this season, which is crazy. And like I said, Daniel Jones has been playing really, really well. Shane Steichen has unlocked this offense, bro, so far. I think probably Anthony Richardson was not the answer at quarterback. And you definitely saw he's not a really good passer. But the Colts, they've been having a nice renaissance season. I think this is the first time they're 5-1 since 2019. I don't even think Andrew Luck has done that since Peyton Manning, bro. It's just crazy to me. And the Chargers, they're coming off of a win, against the Miami Dolphins. And so this is going to be at SoFi Stadium. And my thoughts on this game is that Yeah, this can go either way. This matchup can go either way. Two really good teams, but I think I'm going to give the edge to the Colts. I think they're going to continue to keep playing this way. Um, I think Daniel Jones is having the type of season that Sam Darnold had last season. I think this is definitely going to continue. I think the Indianapolis Colts are a playoff team, and I think, yeah, man, they're gonna give a lot of teams fits this season. I think they could play with the best of them, and I think the Indianapolis Colts, the way just Shane Steichen has got this team running this offense, running on a well-oiled machine. I think the Chargers are not gonna. The Chargers defense is not going to be enough to slow down the Indianapolis Colts offense. So I would say give me the Indianapolis Colts. I have them covering the 1.5. I think it's going to be more than 1.5. I think they're going to win by like more than maybe 4 or 5 points. So give me the Colts to win against the Chargers. Next game, we got the Dallas Cowboys versus the Washington Commanders. The Dallas Cowboys, so far, I mean, their offense has been good. The Dallas Cowboys offense has been good. Don't get me wrong. But man, just the defense. I don't know what's going on, bro. But they ended up losing last week to the Panthers, man, on the last second field goal. I don't know what's going on with their defense. Their defense is not good. Their offense has been solid. I mean, he's led by Dak Prescott, but man, they got to do something about that defense. And they're coming off of a upsetting loss to the Carolina Panthers. Carolina Panthers have been playing really well. I can't lie. And the Washington Commanders, they're coming off of a loss against the Chicago Bears, 25-24. And Jaden Daniels, he's looking to bounce back. I think this is going to be his bounce back game against the Dallas Cowboys. I just don't think the Dallas Cowboys have enough to slow down this Washington Commanders offense. And they got a better defense than the Dallas Cowboys. So I think they're going to do enough just to slow down the Dallas Cowboys offense in order to win. So I'd say give me the Washington Commanders to win against the Dallas Cowboys. I think this might be another high scoring game. And but the thing about it is that I have I have Washington winning this game. So yeah, I think this will be a high scoring game, but I don't think Dallas have enough firepower to win against the Commanders. Next game, we got the Arizona Cardinals versus the Green Bay Packers. Green Bay Packers are favored by 6.5 points. I think this is going to be one of my upset games. I'm going to have Arizona win this game against the Green Bay Packers. I don't know. It's just something about this game scream a trap game for the Green Bay Packers. I know. Let me see. Is Green Bay coming off of a bye week? If I'm not mistaken, they coming off of a bye week. Hold on, let me see. Oh no! Last week they beat the Bengals. Yeah, last week they beat the Bengals. Yeah, so I mean, so far the Green Bay Packers so far this season, it just seems like for the most part, like it just seems for the most part like they've been playing at home, for the last like month, and now they're gonna go away. I think Kyler Murray, I think, is expected to come back so far this season, and yeah, even against the Cincinnati Bengals, man, even though they did win 27-20, 27 to 18, it just felt like a little bit of a closer game, man. I don't know what their defense is. I don't really trust their defense, I think the Green Bay Packers are a solid team, but it's like that game against the Cincinnati Bengals, they kept that game so close all the way up until the end. And that's with even Joe Flacco, man. Just imagine if Joe Burrow was playing that game, I think with Joe Burrow, they probably would have won that game. But, man, like the Green Bay Packers, they just played that game way too close. And I felt like they're a better team than the Cincinnati Bengals. And I think this game is definitely going to come back to bite them. I just don't know what it is. But I just have the Arizona Cardinals win this game. I think this is going to be a trap game for the Green Bay Packers. I think they're going to overlook the Arizona Cardinals a little bit, and yeah, I have the Cardinals win this game by at least 2.5 points, at least 2.5. So this is going to be my upset pick of the week. I'm going to have Arizona win this game. Next game, we got Atlanta versus San Francisco. San Francisco is favored by 2.5 points. This game, Atlanta is coming off of a big win against the Buffalo Bills, and the San Francisco 49ers last week are coming off of a loss against the Buccaneers, and they're looking to bounce back so far this season. I'm going to have San Francisco win this game. I think the fact that they are a home team and they are looking to bounce back so far this season. I think Mac Jones so far hasn't played has been playing really well this season. And Mac Jones should have been the quarterback. Let's be honest. Mac Jones should have been the quarterback for Kyle Shanahan. Kyle Shanahan has been talking about, at first them drafting Mac Jones over Trey Lance. And I feel like, Mac Jones, he fits that prototypical quarterback that fits Kyle Shanahan's system. So I think I'm going to have San Francisco win this game. The fact that they are a home game, just for, craps and giggles, But I think the fact that they are a home team, I know they've been decimated, with some injuries or whatever, but I mean, Kyle Shanahan, he's going to have this team on track. I mean, they're not going to lose back-to-back, bro, especially not against Atlanta, So I have San Francisco bouncing back from this game. I have them covering the 2.5 points. And, yeah, guys. And like you said, so far in the bye week, we got Tampa Bay on the bye week, Detroit on the bye week, Houston on the bye week. Oh, no, I'm sorry. No. I'm sorry. Okay, Monday's matchup. I'm sorry. We got Tampa Bay at Detroit. I'm sorry, guys. I thought that they were the bye teams. The bye teams are the Buffalo Bills and the Baltimore Ravens. So Monday's matchup, we got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the Detroit Lions. The Detroit Lions are favored by 5.5 points against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This is going to be at Ford Field. I think Detroit's going to bounce back this game. I have Detroit winning this game. Coming off of a loss against the Kansas City Chiefs, I think they want to get that sour taste out of their mouth after what just happened, last week. And Tampa Bay, they've been having a really good season so far. Baker Mayfield is having an MVP, playing at an MVP level so far this season. I think that's definitely going to continue. I think this is going to be a high-scoring matchup this game. These teams play each other really, really well so far. But I'm going to give the edge to Detroit because, I think they're going to bounce back from that loss that they had last week. And, they're a pretty resilient team. And Dan Campbell, he's going to have this team ready. He's going to have this team fired up this game against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Next game, we got Seattle versus Houston. Seattle's favored by 3.5 points. Seattle, so far, with Sam Darnold, has been playing really well this season so far. And the Houston Texans, with CJ Stroud, they've been having a solid season so far. They're coming off of the bye week. And they're looking to whatchamacallit. They're looking I just lost my train of thought. Yeah, whatever. But like I said, the Houston Texans are coming off of a bye week, and they're looking to see if they could, stack some wins so far this Monday day game. Seattle, and Sam Darnold is having another solid season. That last season against the Minnesota Vikings was no fluke. I felt like they should have kept him. I don't know what it is, but I don't know if J.J. McCarthy is the answer for that Minnesota Vikings team, bro. He's injured. That guy is just injury prone, man. Like, seriously, he's just injury prone. But anyway, this game, I'm going to have Seattle win this game. I think this is going to be a slugfest, this game. I think this is going to be a close game, but I'm going to give the edge to Seattle. This game, I just think overall they're just playing better as a team, and I think they're just gelling at the right time. I think just Sam Darnold so far has just been playing so far as a solid quarterback, and yeah, man, I'm gonna have Seattle win this game. I'm gonna have them covering the 3.5 points. So far this game, and guys, that is my week 7 pick'ems. Tell me if you guys agree with all my picks so far. If you agree, with some of my upsets, Packers fans want me to go live stream live with them. Yeah, go ahead. Troll them, Ron Ronowski. Troll those Packers fans. Oh, yeah, and Ron Ronowski, go for the Dodgers. The Dodgers, I think I'm not sure what the score is. Let me see. Dodgers. Oh, it's still 1-1. Yeah, go for the Dodgers. Dodgers and 4, like I said, the Dodgers are going to sweep the Milwaukee Brewers. F the Milwaukee Brewers. F the Packers. Hell, even F the Milwaukee Bucks, man. F all those Wisconsin teams, bro. Go Chicago. Go Dodgers. Dodgers and 4. And guys, I will see you next week. When I do my week 8 pick'ems, as always, FGB, bear down as always, and I will see you guys later. Peace.